Hello and welcome to this introductory case study in this course, Excellence in Digital Strategy, Digital Transformation. So in this particular lecture, we will talk about in this case study of formulating and implementing a winning digital strategy, a digital transformation strategy. So this is a broad-based case study where you see they are digital on surface and analog at core. And this is about how a mid-sized company with that profile built a truly winning digital strategy. So let's take a look at this case, right? So what is the situation? What is the context? So this is a company, Orion Industrial System, which manufactures mid-range industrial pumps and monitoring system, has about 1,200 employees, operations in three countries, so reasonably large operation. Has a history of 30 plus years, strong reputation for reliability. However, the current situation is that competitors are moving fast with IoT-enabled products and remote monitoring. Self-service customer portals have started appearing, and there are predictive maintenance services being offered, and data-driven operations and supply chains are happening. Now, Orion's digitalization so far has been a recent website plus so basic social media, some online lead generation, and isolated factory automation project. And rightly so, the CEO also has a concern. The CEO has a concern that we have pockets of digital, a website here, a factory project there, but we don't have a coherent digital strategy. And if we don't move, we'll be left as a low margin hardware supplier. So the board decides to hire Ananya, a digital transformation head, their digital transformation head, to formulate and implement a winning digital strategy across the whole business, not just the sales. So that is the context. So the challenge, let's take a look at what is the challenge Ananya finds. So Ananya's first 60 days reveal that different functions do bit of everything, bit of few things. Like in sales and marketing, CRM exists, but data is incomplete and inconsistently used, and there is no integrated view of customers across the countries. In operations, some machines are connected, but the data are not used systematically. And production planning is still heavily spreadsheet driven. In services, the service request is handled via phone, email, no portals or tracking of customers and for customers, and no structured data for failure patterns. And in IT and data, there are multiple systems like ERP, CRM, Excel, local tools, and there's no central data strategy. There are no APIs, very few APIs, and limited analytics capability. And culturally, the leaders talk about going digital, managers fear disruption to current processes, and employees see digital as extra work. So there are lots of challenges Ananya has. So Ananya realizes that, our problem is not lack of tools. We lack direction, integration, and ownership. And she says we must build a business wide digital strategy that touches product and services model, operations, customer experience, data and technology, and people and culture. And that's a big challenge, as you will see. So, first step, what does Ananya do? She reframes digital as a business strategy. In a senior leadership workshop, Ananya starts asking, if you remove word digital, what are the top three strategic challenges for Orion over the next 5 years? And the board answers, the leadership answers. Customers demanding uptime guarantee and more service-based contracts, pressure on cost and lead time from global competitors, difficulty differentiating beyond reliable hardware. So then she reframes. She reframes saying that our digital strategy should directly solve these, right? If a digital initiative doesn't help with better uptime, faster and leaner operations, and differentiate offering, we won't prioritize it. So digital is not a side project, it's a part of the core survival in business, touching every aspect of business. So she reframes digital as a business strategy, right? Second step, she defines a clear company-wide digital vision, and that happens after interviews with customers, employees, partners, and some key suppliers. There, Ananya proposes this digital vision from product seller to smart uptime partner. And further, it is fleshed up as by saying in 3 to 5 years, Orion will sell connected products with remote monitoring, offer uptime and performance contract, not just equipment, run data-driven factories and service operations, and give customers transparent self-service digital experience. And they also set up three top level digital objectives at an offer level of at least improving revenue from 40% from connected service enhanced offerings, getting that to the level of 40%. At operational level, reducing manufacturing lead time and service response time by 25% using digital tools. And at customer level of providing a unified digital customer experience through portals and apps for quotes, orders, services, and documentation. Both signs off now, right? And now they have a North Star that goes far beyond only marketing, right? So that's how they define a clear digital vision company wide. Then the third step is to build the digital strategy on four pillars. So India structures Orion's digital strategy on four integrated pillars: smart products and services, right? Digital operations and supply chain, integrated customer experience, and data technology and people foundation. Let's take a look at each of these in some more detail. So on smart products and services, the problem is that the pumps are sold as one-time products. Custom commoditization risk is high, and the goal now is to move towards pumps as a service with uptime guarantees. And so they have three initiatives planned over the next 3 years of IoT enablement, where they think of new and selected existing models equipped with sensors for vibration, temperature, pressure, operating hours, and data streamed to a secure cloud platform. Second initiative is to start using predictive maintenance algorithm, where they need data science plus external partners to build models to detect anomalies, predict likely failures in advance. And third, the element of smart packages, product and services is service packages, which are designed with tiered offerings like basic remote health reports, plus alerts and recommendation maintenance schedule, and premium with uptime SLA for Orion taking full responsibility. And expected impact with that is that Orion will no longer just be a hardware vendor, it becomes a performance partner with its customers. The second step of digitizing operations in supply chain, the problem is the lead time, inventory, and unplanned downtime affects both profitability and customer satisfaction. And they plan few key initiatives like digital production planning to happen with integrating data from orders in ERP, inventory systems, machine capacity, and maintenance schedules, and use advanced planning tools to generate more realistic production schedules. Second, to have shop floor visibility by equipping key machines with sensors and dashboards, and to improve OEE downtime with reasons and throughputs. And the third key initiative is the vendor collaboration portal where suppliers can see forecasts, purchase orders, delivery performance matrices, and reduce email chaos, improve real reliability. And the expected results are now lower stockouts and over inventory, better capacity utilization, and faster decisions based on real time data. The third pillar on customer experience integration. The problem is that the customers interact through unconnected channels, phone, email, sales reps with no transparency. So they plan few key initiatives. Unified customer portal, one login for product documentation, warranty status, service tickets, history, performance dashboards, quotation, and order tracking. And then they revamp the CRM by cleaning up and standardizing customer records, integrating CRM with emails, portals, and service system, and they automate the service workflow. They plan to automate. That's one of the initiatives. All service requests are logged into one system. Auto assignments based on the location, skill, and SLA priority, and technicians are required to use a mobile app to see jobs, update status, capture parts used, and photos. And the customer level expected impact is that faster response and better accuracy, better transparency should happen, and there should be one consistent view of Orion, not multiple disconnected touchpoints. The fourth pillar is on data technology and people foundation. And without this, no other pillar will survive. All other pillars will crumble. So they have few key initiatives planned like data platform and governance, where they intend to create a central data lake, warehousing, collecting product performance, operational data, customer interaction, define data ownership in terms of who's responsible for accuracy, quality, and updates. Also set up a tech architecture by connecting ERP, CRM, IoT platforms, and portals via API, and reduce redundant systems and ensure scalability. And the third element of this is a key initiative on people and culture, without which nothing will happen. There they plan to have cross-functional and digital champions from all the functions, training programs in data literacy, new digital workflows, and the KPI changes. So that's the fourth pillar planned out, right? So the step four that Ananya takes is plans implementation in waves. This is a lot to do. Ananya knows that they can't do everything at once, so she phases work into three waves over 3 years. The wave one is in month 1 to 9 to prove value with flagship use cases where they pilot IoT and predictive maintenance on one product line for a few key customers, implement CRM cleanup and basic customer portal with service ticket tracking, and set up shop floor dashboards on one production line. And the goal is to have quick concrete wins that demonstrate business impact. Second wave is from month 10 to 24, that where you scale what works. So they expand connected product across major models, right? And standardize service processes with mobile for technologies in all regions, integrate production planning tools with ERP for all plants, add more service features to customer portals for documents, order status, etc., etc. And the wave three is years 3 to 4 for business model innovation, where they offer broader uptime contracts globally, create advanced analytics services with fleet performance benchmarking for large customers, and explore new revenue models like subscription based monitoring, performance based contract for strategic accounts. So obviously there were obstacles, and let's take a look at how did Ananya address them. So first obstacle was the resistance from sales and service teams, right? Sales teams' worries were if customers can track everything online, they will complain more and micromanage us. That was the service team's worry. Sales team worry was if we move to uptime contracts, pricing and commissions will become more too complicated. And what does Ananya do? She involves them in designing the new offerings and workflows, shows data from pilots of reduced emergency breakdown visits, higher customer satisfaction, designs new incentive structures for sales based on commission on contract values and renewals, and for service based on rewards for meeting SLAs and predictive maintenance adoption. The second obstacle was, IT overload and fragmentation. Now, IT says we are already stretched keeping existing system running. And what did they do was they prioritized fewer high impact projects instead of a long wish list. They used external partners for specialized areas and established a digital project management office to manage dependencies and timelines. The third obstacle was in confusion about service matrices, right? Uh, Initially, leaders asked, is the digital strategy working? And we see progress, but how do we know it is a win? So Ananya sets a digital scorecard tied to the original objectives. Business, what percentage of revenue from connected and service enhanced offering? Service contract renewal rate. For operations, lead time reduction, unplanned downtime reduction. For customers, portal adoption and new promoter score, NPS score. For internally, for employees, employee trained on digital tools, usage of new systems, etc. And this removes ambiguity and keeps everyone, aligned. Right. So what were the outcomes after 3 to 4 years as anticipated? First, business model shifted. 45% of the revenue now includes some form of service or digital component. And there's a premium uptime contracts with key global customers. There are operational gains, Manufacturing lead times are down by 25%. Unplanned downtime significantly has reduced. And there is better forecast accuracy and inventory utilization. Customer experience has improved. Majority of major customers have onboarded the portal. There is new NPS scores improved markedly, and Orient team is seen as technology-enabled partner, not just a pump supplier. And there is cultural change happening in terms of cross-functional teams routinely using digital data to make decisions. Employees start suggesting new data-driven ideas themselves. And CEO summarizes that our winning digital strategy wasn't just a technical roadmap. It changed what we sell, how we run, and how customers experience us. So those were the outcomes after 3 to 4 years' time. So the framework. Let's take a look at the summarize the framework Ananya's used for digital strategy blueprint. It starts with putting business first, where you start from core strategic challenges, not from tools. Then you reimagine value of how digital can change what you can offer in terms of products, services, and outcomes. Then it orchestrate across functions, integrate product operations, service, customer experience, and avoid isolated projects. Anchor on data and architecture. You build a data tech foundation that connects systems and enable analytics, and then you develop people and discipline by creating roles, skills, KPIs, and routines. So digital becomes how we work, not a side project. So what's the final insight? A winning digital strategy is broad based. It touches products, operations, services, customer experience, data, and people, not just websites, ads, or social media. It succeeds when digital is tied to clear business outcomes. Initiatives are prioritized in phase, functions collaborate instead of running parallel projects. Data and architecture provide a common backbone, and people, incentives, and culture are aligned with the new ways of working. So that's the final insight we have for you. So what do we do next now? So we take a look at formally as a part of the course, what is digital strategy? Somewhat we have defined in this case. We will look at more formally what this digital strategy in a lot more detail. So thank you so much for watching this introductory case study. I hope you're beginning to learn new things, beginning to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer you, and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.